my TikTok gets no views. I keep posting. But I'm just like testing. Okay,
Mm.
this works.
Right, because it is hard to go onto TikTok without being selfish, right? Because I'm like, well, what can I get out of this? How can I get clients? Like, how can I get people to buy my product? But I'm trying very hard to just tell stories that don't have an agenda, like a selfish agenda. I would prefer to tell stories where people can relate and get something out of it. I'm trying to be on TikTok for the my followers, for people that watch the video, versus like being selfish about it, but it's hard not to be selfish about it.
Yeah, you could be selfish in a different way. Because for me, I'm selfish when I make content, but not the way you think.
Mhm.
Like, not because, oh, I want to get more followers or more reach or something like that. I'm selfish in a way where I'm selfish in a way um I need to come up I need to come up with a better way to say this. And I'm using TikTok as a test. I'm using the audience as a
Like a
you know
focus group or something.
focus group
Yeah.
to test my shit. So it's very selfish, right? And also, yeah, and also I said this in last week's episode, but if I were you, at least for the, I guess both Perpetual State and, because they're kind of related, right? Because you're teaching what the behind the scenes of running this business on this business, right?
Right.
So what I would do is, I mean, like the thing that you're already doing, right? Like for example, like, okay, here's a new product that we launched, and this is how I made it. Like,
Mhm.
go down into the specific, right? And even goes more specific, like like most people when they do something like this, they do silk screening or whatever, like that. But the way I learned that when you do that, this is a problem. So I do it like this now, or
Okay.
you go into and you give us that one little tiny, and that's equivalent to this. Okay, so you know how when I put up a post like, um, here are ways you can shorten your sentences, or when I do a post where like, okay, or the other day, like when you use this photo versus this photo, you want to try to oh, here, best one. Last night I posted in Instagram stories, um when you use photos for your website, make sure you have a photo of you looking at the camera, because when you the reason why all magazines have the photo looking at the camera is because that's scientifically proven to grab people's attention when somebody's staring at you. When you have an opt-in, make sure you have the subject look to the side, to the opt-in, because the audience eye is going to go where your eye is, right? Things like that. Make sure when you take a photo, don't take a lot of photographers want to take portrait photos, but you can't really use portrait photos on a website because so you have to use landscape, and you have to make sure that there's enough space up to the side.
Hmm.
Things like, so I gave those tips and I put it on stories, and I'm going to post it on Reels, right? But that's what people love, when I
Hmm.
give them practical, quick little things like that they haven't even thought of. But because I've been doing this for a long time, I to me it's like, so of course, like it's like obvious thing, but that's what people love. So what I would ask you to do is take one specific thing like that and give them that one little practical tip, one little quick little tip, because yeah, that's what I found. Like I would build this like really, like Jay Shetty, when we did Jay Shetty's website, like we thought about the brand, what is the first impression we want them to have. Okay, if this type of audience comes here, they're gonna go here, and this is the path. Like, we overthought the shit out of the whole thing, and high level, and like, and a high level, we want to give it this feel. And like, I really planned it out, but the client doesn't care. Like, client doesn't care about the high level plan, and why we're making this and that. Okay, that's why we hire you for. So you do that. What they care about is this, son. Oh, I want the video player to look like this.
Mm.
Or be like, oh, you see how they did this slideshow like that? Can we add a slideshow on my website like that? It's those little specific things is what they care about.